Hello again and welcome. Today we'd like to talk about,
The golf cart.
this is our solar powered electric vehicle. It is basically a modified golf car that has been modified by the manufacturer to basically be a work vehicle. We've had it for about 5 years here. We bought it used, and I modified it with this solar power system so it charges directly from the sun. I've never had to plug it into household power at all. It's just been completely autonomous for about 5 years. It has a solar panel that it charges from. It also has a lithium battery. It's actually my first lithium battery. It came with lead acid batteries, and I replaced those with a lithium battery about almost 3 years ago. It's been great. The lithium has really performed very well. It's really increased the whole performance of the vehicle. Been a really faithful servant. There's quite a tough hill here, and it goes right up that hill without any problems. Electric motors are like that. They're high torque, so they can actually deliver a lot of power to the wheels very efficiently and get up those hills. But today we're actually taking it out of here basically because it's getting kind of old and it's breaking down kind of a lot. So far I've been able to get it going again every time, but I'm just not sure how much longer I'm going to be able to do that. The mice have chewed at the wires and it's just been beat up a little bit. So we're going to take it out of here and sort of reassess the situation. But what I might do, because the lithium battery is kind of expensive, what I might do is actually take the lithium battery out, use it in another application, and then decide what to do with the rest of the vehicle. I might sell it, I might scrap it, melt it down. At this point, it's so corroded underneath that the motor is, I think, fused to the undercarriage of the vehicle. One of the wheels is fused to the vehicle. So if something broke, I'm not actually sure that you could take it apart well enough to actually fix it at this point. Right, so now I thought I'd go over how I've converted this golf cart. It's actually an electric car that's based on a golf car design. It's made by a Polish company called Melex. So I thought I'd go over how I've converted it to photovoltaic or solar power. It's never actually been plugged into the grid to be charged with a regular charger. It's only ever been charged with solar power. And that had to do with where I kept it. I kept it in a place where I didn't have access to electricity. So I thought I'd go over how I've done that. It's actually very simple, and it's actually one of the more efficient and cost-effective uses of solar, to be honest. And the reason for that is because a large part of a traditional solar power system is either eliminated or already exists in this type of electric vehicle application. So a golf car, or this kind of electric vehicle, operates off of direct current. The motor in it is a direct current motor. Direct current, or DC, is what you find in batteries and also solar photovoltaics. So, and then household power, the power we use in houses, is alternating current. So it's a different kind of electricity. And the way we get around that when we use photovoltaics in our homes is with the use of a machine called an inverter. Since this kind of electric vehicle is already direct current, which is what solar is, we don't actually need an inverter. So that's one piece of equipment, fairly expensive piece of equipment that we don't need at all. Another piece of equipment that already exists in one of these electric vehicles is the battery. Batteries are also direct current. So they already exist, we'll need them regardless in order to make the vehicle run. So in a standard golf cart or electric vehicle of this type, you've already got the batteries. So that's two fairly expensive pieces of equipment that already exist in a golf cart. So then we're left with just two more pieces of equipment, minus the bits and pieces, the wiring and fusing and that sort of thing. And that's the solar panel itself, and then also a charge controller or charge regulator. And the charge regulator just makes sure that the batteries aren't overcharged or undercharged. So it's sort of the brain in between the solar panels and the battery that just makes sure that the solar panels shut off when the batteries are charged, and that the batteries are shut off when they're too low to run the vehicle. Now in this particular vehicle, I've also substituted the standard lead-acid batteries with a lithium battery. So when the lead-acid batteries, which have a fairly short life, maybe 6 years if they're taken care of well, when those died, I replaced them with a lithium battery. And the difference was amazing, to be honest. Lithium battery is much more expensive, but it's very happy to provide a lot of power quickly. And so with a typical lead-acid battery, you'll notice that when you require a lot of power, like going up a hill or carrying a heavy load, you can sort of feel the motor go sort of lose power. And that's because when you pull a lot of power from a lead-acid battery, the voltage drops. And the voltage is what creates the power, or actually torque, in a DC motor. So with lithium batteries, that doesn't happen. The voltage doesn't drop. The voltage stays the same when you draw a lot of power from it quickly. And so the motor has all the voltage that it needs, and it's able to go up hills and carry big loads very quickly. And I've gone up big hills with full load and full of people as well.
It also actually works better with people, so because the wheels stay on the ground.
Right. That was a problem. It was so powerful that without some weight in the back, being rear wheel drive, the wheels would spin if you weren't careful, if you took off too quickly or something like that. So actually with people on it or carrying a load, it was actually better because you didn't spin your wheels. Now, one other thing that I've done with this particular vehicle is I've actually installed a standard household electrical system in it. That way I can take this whole vehicle out to the field and still have household power. And I can demonstrate that with this fan. So I have an inverter in here that's run off the same battery that drives the vehicle. So it's just one more piece of equipment, an inverter, and then you have household power. And this one is about 1200 watts, which is pretty significant. That's a pretty powerful electrical system there. So that's just an extra thing that I've done. So all in all, I think it's a very good idea to convert golf cars or small electric vehicles like this that are based on golf cars to solar power. It's very simple. Just requires basically two extra pieces of equipment: the solar panel, which is mounted on the standard canopy frame, and then a charge controller, and that's the extent of it. Very cheap, fairly simple little conversion process, and you never have to plug it in. It's charging while you're in the field or while you're on the golf cart course, whatever you happen to be doing, and you don't have to return it to some charging station at the end of the day. So I find it really useful. It was really helpful for me, and I highly recommend it. It's cheap, easy to do, and it's a great source of fun and entertainment too.
And all it needs is sun.
All it needs is sun. Just like a plant. Right?
How to make water and soil?
Yeah, so it's like a plant and it needs sun, but it doesn't need any water or soil, so it's better than a plant. Right? Yeah. Except you can't eat it.
Oh, okay.
No, you can't eat all plants. Alright.